During Deafblind Awareness Week, 22nd to 28th of June, the government reissued statutory deafblind guidance which applies to all local authorities in England. Since, the National Deafblind Charity has been campaigning for its reissue because the guidance will directly affect an estimated 193,000 deafblind people. To mark the event, the charity held a Parliamentary reception on the 30th of June, which was attended by Ed Balls, MP, Secretary of State for Children, Schools and Families, and Phil Hope, MP, Care Services Minister, and numerous other MPs.
My name's Tom Levitt. I'm Member of Parliament for High Peak in Derbyshire. My connections with SENSE go back about 15 years to when I worked as a consultant advising local authorities on how to make services accessible to people with sensory impairments. So I am fairly familiar with the issues which deafblind people have to face. Having said that, every situation is different. No two individuals are the same, we know that, but no two deafblind people are the same either, because their experience, their history, their relationship with their senses, if you like, changes over the years and changes from person to person as well. So that's why I think it's so important that the guidance which the Department of Health has issued has been indeed reissued to re-emphasise to local authorities in particular that they have an obligation to people who are deafblind, and that obligation is to make sure that they receive a personalised service which addresses their own individual needs.
Deafblind guidance itself has helped me a great deal, and it's benefited me a lot. I'm able to go out of my home and get on with my life and access the world as I should, and be able to. I can go shopping, I can go and socialise, attend events such as I can come along to the Houses of Parliament, I can go to football matches, and basically I can access the world really, and without that guidance I'd be stuck at home. So it's great that I'm able to pay a person to enable me to access things that I want to do. So yes, it's very important to me.
It's our job to make sure that every child can succeed and do well, and there should be no barrier which is ever too great to overcome if we work together to make sure that all children can be happy but also get on with their learning. And that's true for children with special needs, with learning difficulties, and also for deafblind children who face real obstacles, but at the same time they can make such great progress. There are 4,000 such children in the country, and I want every one of them to have the best chances, and that's why we're republishing the guidance to local authorities and to schools to make sure that they know what needs to be done, to make sure that they're talking to parents and children, that they're getting them the support they need, they're keeping in touch, and also that our school inspectors are saying to schools, are you doing what needs to be done as well? I was really pleased that Ofsted have included the SENSE deafblind guidance in their instructions to inspectors, because that says to me they're doing a good job and they're thinking hard about every child. It's our moral duty to make sure every child can succeed, and I'm really pleased to be here today for the launch of the guidance.
I'm going to introduce you to a deafblind person now. This is Daniel Patrick. Daniel comes from Brixton, but as you can see, he's using the deafblind figure stand, and that's not the most convenient medium for giving a speech. So I'm going to ask Sue Brown to come and read you the words of Daniel's speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel Patrick, and I've decided to talk to you today a little bit more about my life. I'm deafblind, and my communication is different to how other people talk. I use deafblind manual fingerspelling and some signs. When I left school, I went to college in Birmingham for 3 years. I did have support at college for classes. I also had support at the hostel where I lived. I had good and bad experiences at college because it was not specifically a college for deafblind people. After college, I wanted to have a communicator guide to support me every week while at home. I felt isolated and frustrated because there was not enough support for me to go out a lot, and my health deteriorated for a while. The only contact I got was from the Deafblind UK region officer and Sam Bissett, my outreach worker from SENSE. Sam Bissett, working with Deafblind UK and my social worker, helped me to get a communicator guide. although it did take a while to get one. My life has changed since getting this support. I have become more confident, so I am making efforts to become more independent. For example, I can travel on train and taxi alone. I go shopping, visit the park, have lunch out, do some day trips, and go for walks. I have enjoyed visiting museums in London and going to different places by the sea. So I've managed to do many of the things that I planned to do. For the future, I hope I will live alone in a flat, but only after it has been sorted out properly. I hope this gives you an idea about how important the deafblind guidance is for deafblind people, as it ensures that deafblind people get the support they need. You can see how it has helped me. I feel that deafblind people should not be isolated. They are entitled to get the support that they need. Thank you for listening.
I understand that this time the guidance is not temporary as it was previously, and it's an unusual guidance because it applies to children and adults as well. So it's an integrated through-life guidance, and to tell you a bit more about it, here is the Health Minister who has delivered that guidance for you, Phil Hope.
Thank you very much, Simon. It's great to be here with Ed to be here at the launch of these guidelines, but as you say, for children and for adults. And I want to thank Sense as well. This guidance, you and I know, will make a real difference to people's lives, because it will help local authorities to reach out to deafblind people of all ages and then provide the support that those individuals and their families need. In particular, I'm the Minister for Social Care, for care services within the Department of Health, and I'm particularly keen to make sure that care services, not just children's services, I think Ed spoke very eloquently about his passion for that, but for me, social care services across the board for adults and children, really making sure that they really do provide the help and the support that people need. I just want to say, this fits in just within a wider part of the government strategy. Most of you will, I hope, have come across something we call putting people first. This was something we launched in 2007. We put extra money into local authorities behind this to make sure, well, it says what it says on the tin, really, put people first. Think about the individual. Don't think about the organisation and the silo you're in. Think about that person and how we can wrap around health and social care services to help that person succeed in life, have choice, have the opportunities, live independently in ways that might not otherwise be the case.